We're going over to Abuja where Sadiya Farouq joins us. She's the former interim national treasurer of the All Progressives Congress. Good morning and thanks for joining us. We're looking at the outcome of the tribunal judgment in Taraba State. Tell us the feeling within the APC.
Good morning, sir. The feeling within APC is a feeling of triumph. Democracy has come to stay in this country. The rule of law has come to stay. So what happened in tribunal as regards to the governorship election in Taraba is a welcome development, and people are beginning to have faith in our judicial system.
But I'm quite sure you already have heard different views and opinions, especially from legal minds and also politicians saying that, well, it was as if they were overreaching, far overreaching in their judgments, looking at issues not meant for that particular tribunal.
What is far-reaching there, Suleiman? The issue here is that we went into an election with somebody that's not qualified to be the candidate of that party. So you cannot build on nothing. You know, the tribunal in its wisdom, agreed with our submissions, and even the body saddled with the responsibility of monitoring, observing, or even, witnessing party primaries, came out to say that they did not witness such primaries. So how do you now give a judgment that contravenes this?
Hadia Farouk, there have been, I know you're not a lawyer, but I do understand I have some sense of the law, and some people have come up to say the Constitution does not give the tribunal room to declare another candidate a winner. What the tribunal should have asked for is for a rerun. What if they had asked for a rerun? Would you have had any complaints?
Well, we didn't ask for a rerun. In our prayers, we said since there was no candidate in that election, the PDP did not bring in the qualified candidate, so we should be declared the winner of that election. And that was what the tribunal, the same Constitution or Electoral Act also says that you must have party primaries by whichever method you choose to do your primaries, either by affirmation or by election. There must be primaries, which we didn't see the PDP doing. They said they went to Abuja to conduct primaries based on doctrine of necessity. What doctrine of necessity? Was there any crisis in Taraba there for them to go and conduct primaries that INEC did not witness or did not observe?
Oh, but hold 1 second. Does it mean that, are you implying that if INEC decides not to witness your primary, then there was no primary whatsoever?
Why shouldn't INEC decide not to witness? If you invite INEC, you inform them, give them put them on notice at the right time, they will come and witness it. That is their responsibility.
Yeah, but you're also aware that it's supposed to be optional. I think the Electoral Act stipulates that the Electoral Commission may witness or monitor the party's primaries and may also choose not to tell them if or not it is coming.
Well, I don't know if like you rightly pointed out, I'm not a lawyer, but I know the normal thing to do. Look, we shouldn't go into all these issues of whether INEC will choose to or will not choose to. I don't see why INEC should not come and witness a party primary. It will not take anything out of it if it is duly informed.
So are you confident of victory at the Court of Appeal?
Victory is ours. We are already victorious in this matter.
So what if the case is, it's not decided in your favor? Are you planning to go to the Supreme Court?
We will definitely challenge it at the Supreme Court. And there's no even doubt about that victory will be ours.
But in the meantime, can you tell us what is the mood in Taraba State, especially amongst your supporters?
The mood is a very jubilating mood. People are happy with what happened. This issue of imposition is what is causing all these problems. If you allow the people to choose what they want, there won't be any problem. So the people of Taraba are happy with the court ruling, and we're looking forward to the day we will swear in our governor, Hajia Aisha Alhassan.
How do you think that is? I'm just wondering, I'm not a lawyer, neither am I a politician, but I'm just wondering though, if the people voted for the PDP, because I mean, on the ballot paper, what you had is the PDP, APC, and all the other parties that, went into that election, and you're not contesting the figure that the PDP garnered. How do you then conclude that the people are happy with the judgment of the tribunal?
No, even the figures are being contested, madam, because there are many local governments in Taraba that the elections did not take place, or the elections were marred with so much irregularities, snatching of ballot papers, and so on and so forth. So the issue of even the figure is being contested in court.
Taraba is not a place that a lot of people would associate with violence, but in the wake of that tribunal verdict, we did hear that there was some violence as a result of the verdict. Nobody knows what exactly quite caused it, but can you tell us what you believe happened after the tribunal gave its verdict?
Like you rightly pointed out, Taraba is not a state of violence, so we're also surprised to see some pockets of issues here and there, but then within the shortest possible time, it has been contained and everything is normal now in Taraba. People are going about their businesses without any fear of harassment or security challenge.
The thing there is, I'm trying to look at some of the arguments that they brought to the fore. You did say something about going to Abuja, but some would want to also bring up the argument that even the tribunal moved its sitting to Abuja. So on that premise, they should also be thinking about security, that there was the fear of the PDP. How does that sit well with you?
Yes, the issue of the tribunal moving to Abuja because of security challenges is quite true, because the polity was overheated and, there was general apprehension after the election because the will of the people has been subverted. But the issue of security primaries in PDP, is it their internal security that they were afraid of, that they moved to Abuja to conduct primaries, or is it the general state security? We don't really seem to understand why a party should have security challenges within itself.
Hajia Farouq, there are those that will argue with you about that. I mean, they say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Why would you say because their problem was security? And they said, because of security issues, let's go to Abuja and have our primaries. And now the tribunal, for security reasons, also held in Abuja. And you say theirs is not tenable, their own reasons for moving to Abuja is not tenable?
Security, internal affairs of the party, they're having security challenges, then it means something is wrong somewhere. There's a problem, a big one. If they cannot conduct their own party primaries based on security, then it means something is wrong. They're doing what they're not supposed to do.
Tell us the feeling in Taraba State at the moment, because after the outcome of that particular tribunal, we understand some lives were lost as a result of some skirmishes here and there in the state. How calm is the place at the moment?
Like I told you, Taraba is very calm now. People are going about their businesses without any fear of security issues. And people are looking forward to the day that Hajia Alhassan will be sworn in as the governor of Taraba State. That is the general feeling in Taraba State.
But there's an appeal.
Yes, there is an appeal. We'll wait for the appeal. We'll scale through the appeal. God's willing.
How optimistic are you?
Sulaiman, I'm very, very optimistic because our party is the party on ground in Taraba. We have large support of the grassroots. So I'm very optimistic the court will rule in our favor, just like it did in the tribunal.
But you're very reluctant to talk about what caused that violence, perhaps so that it doesn't happen again. Do you want to share what you think happened?
Political activities cannot be without some skirmishes of violence. Some people might be misguided, or they can use people to cause this kind of havoc, and it didn't last. It was just for a few minutes. It's very unfortunate, but then for a few hours, then things have gone back to normal, and that is what we should be concerned more about.
Yes, we are happy that things have gone back to normal, but sometimes some people will say, you know, that if things are not addressed properly, what you might have will be silence of the graveyard, where, you know, people are not exactly happy with how things were resolved, but maybe because of the presence of security agencies, you know, they just have to behave and act normal. Do you think that the reason for that violence could be tabled and thrashed out properly so that it doesn't occur again? I mean, you say that politics cannot occur without violence, and people would disagree with you that politics necessarily shouldn't come with violence.
It shouldn't, but we all know that these things happen. These things happen, and we're not praying for that. We're not supporting that. And like I told you, things have gone back to normal within the shortest period possible time. And I don't think you can suppress injustice. You know, you cannot continue to impose people on candidates on people, and you expect people to just allow it to go like that. So that is exactly what is happening in Taraba with the PDP.
Well, before we let you off, you're a woman. We should be asking you questions very quickly on the recent appointments. Are you satisfied, knowing full well that you were the former interim national treasurer of your party? Some have said that the appointments doesn't really seem to have favored the women folk like yourself.
Yes, Lema, you know, appointments does not begin and end with ministerial appointments. There are other appointments coming on board, and we are very optimistic that the APC as a party will carry as many women as possible in this government. We have 6 ministers now. There are other executive positions that will be coming, and women will be engaged.
We'd like to thank you so much, Hajia Sadiya Farouq, former interim national treasurer of the All Progressives Congress, speaking with us on the outcome of the Taraba Governorship Tribunal.
Thank you very much.
We'll take a moment. We'll return shortly. Stay with us.